Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast here, and welcome to a new series. Today, we are starting Maxusthebeast on the internet. This is the first edition of a hit new show where Maxusthebeast goes around the internet and reads articles, watches clips of videos and such, and talks about current events. And shine some light on modern day issues around the internet, either gaming, the internet in general, maybe politics, hopefully not that. God forbid that. With that being said, and without further ado, let's do.
Mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Today's article talks about a mother defending a 14-year-old son sued by Epic over Fortnite cheat video. I will have a link in the description to the article. Last month, Epic Games filed civil complaints against two alleged Fortnite cheaters. The pair were accused of being associated with the cheat provider Addicted Cheats, allegedly acting as support personnel for the site and using aimbot software, with the deliberate intention of ruining the game for other players and players who watch streamers. Neither defendant is actually being sued for cheating, rather Epic argued by using the game-breaking cheats provided by Addicted Cheats, they were infringing Epic's copyrights by injecting unauthorized computer code into the copyright-protected code. Down here, we have a bit of a background, sort of a background of what the charge list of the defendant and what he really did wrong and why it's wrong, pretty much, and what his offense really is. Defendant is a cheater. Defendant is using cheat software. Cheats give a cheater. Then it explains what cheats is. Nobody likes cheaters or playing with them. And defendants use cheats and a deliberate attempt to destroy the integrity of a Fortnite game. So, it has come to light that one of the defendants is a 14-year-old who Epic Games sued because the teenager appealed against the developer's DMCA takedown request of a YouTube video revealing how to use cheats. Legally, Epic Games had to either withdraw the DMCA takedown request or file suit against the teen. The developer chose the latter. Oh boy. So, we're barely into the article and we're already seeing some stuff. So, in case you guys need me to break it down real quick, I will. Essentially, this teenager was caught cheating when he created a YouTube video where he recorded himself using an aimbot software and was sharing with viewers how to use the cheat and how to get it. Now, as stated several times throughout the article, cheating is a big deal to Epic, and they do not want it being continued, obviously. I mean, like the little image showed, nobody likes a cheater. And I don't blame him. I don't like cheaters either. And Epic had an interesting little choice here. They could either sue the kid, or they could just give up their claim, which they did not want to do because he's still a cheater and they are going to try to punish him. They first tried to get him to take down the video, but that didn't turn out so well. So, they either, like I said, had to sue him or just drop the cheating claim altogether, which they were not going to do. And I think suing is a bit on the extreme, but I do agree that something should be done about these cheaters and that we shouldn't just let them run around rampant and let them do whatever the heck they want. Because that's going to destroy the game. and destroy the community if we just allow hackers and whatever to do whatever they want, to play the game as they please with their aimbots and wall hacks and whatever else they're using. I mean, I've never encountered a legitimate Fortnite hacker, but I do know they exist. I've had friends who've encountered hackers, so I know they are definitely a thing, especially with the popularity of Fortnite. When a game gets popular, people are going to try to figure out how to hack it. And people already have. So, in a way, Epic is justified by doing this, as the kid was not only hacking, but hacking is breaking the terms of service that Epic set up. The kid agreed to when he created his Epic Games account. So he's breaking their terms of service. I mean, not really punishable by law, but it is punishable by getting your account banned and things like that. So, is Epic going too far with his lawsuit? Probably. And if they continue with the lawsuit, it's not going to go to the kid. He's a minor. He cannot really defend himself in court in that way. I mean, I guess you could defend yourself in court. But you're a minor. And minors most likely aren't going to have crazy amounts of money to pay off a lawsuit. And so the actual payment part of the lawsuit is more than likely going to go to the parents of the kid. The kid's parents are going to have to pay for the lawsuit. And that's obviously going to be a big deal for the parents. But as the saying goes, cheaters never prosper. Back over here to the article, starting from here. This particular lawsuit arose as a result of the defendant filing a DMCA counterclaim to takedown notice on a YouTube video that exposed and promoted Fortnite Battle Royale cheats and exploits, said an Epic Games spokesperson in a statement to Eurogamer. Under these circumstances, the law requires that we file suit or drop the claim. Epic is not okay with ongoing cheating or copyright infringement from anyone at any age. As stated previously, we take cheating seriously, and will pursue all available options to make sure our games are fun, fair, and competitive for players. But this wasn't enough for the teenager's mother, who was less than pleased her son had been sued. The mother wrote a strong-worded letter to the court claiming her son was being used as a scapegoat, according to Torrent Freak. And here is the letter. I'm going to allow you guys go ahead and you feel free to pause the video and read it. Okay, moving on. Okay. In the letter, the defendant's mother made the following points. Her son did not modify the game or create cheat software as Epic Games has alleged, and Epic Games has no capability of proving any form of modification. She admits her son used pre-existing cheats and live-streamed them, but a multitude of other individuals have and currently are doing this as this letter is being typed. Okay, they spelled Fortnite. Fortnite requires parental consent to be played by minors, which she never granted. Okay, I'm just getting brain boggled here for a second. Epic Games cannot claim mass profit loss because the game is free to play. She claims her son Epic is using her son as a scapegoat because it cannot curb cheaters. Her son's name and details were released publicly, which due to him being a minor is illegal. And her son made no money from live streaming these events. So from what I can see, only one of her points is actually any good, which is the one saying that a minor cannot have their personal information displayed publicly, that is illegal. And maybe also that a minor cannot be really in a contract type thing. But majority of her other points are stupid. Okay, and here's why. One of which was, oh, while I type this letter, somebody else out there is doing the exact same thing as my son. So, let's put this a different way. So somebody, let's say, goes to a store and steals a TV. And this is like a teenage kid who stole this TV. And the mother finds out about this and says, oh, stealing this TV is okay because, or is excusable because the second we're going through all of this, somewhere out there, someone else is stealing a TV. Just because a lot of people are doing something doesn't make it right, and doesn't condone the action. As Ward Cleaver said from the old TV show Leave It to Beaver, what's wrong is wrong, no matter how many people say it's right. But what's right is right, no matter how many people say it's wrong. This can be said, the same can be applied to Fortnite and cheating. You said that cheating is wrong, ma'am. So, why is it okay if your son does it? I mean, what makes it sound any better if everybody else is cheating? I mean, this kind of happened last year, in a way, when, like, 30,000 some accounts were banned in Asia. Overwatch accounts were banned because of all the cheaters. Yeah, there's a lot of cheaters, but developers are going to start cracking down and banning these people from their accounts. So, your point does not stand here. Because everybody else, Epic Games is more than likely going to continue their crusade against cheaters. They are probably going to continue to ban accounts and continue to potentially lawsuit people or sue people. And in a way, the scapegoat thing may actually not be that far off. But is that necessarily... I mean, at the same time, it's not... he's being made an example of. But the suit might not even go through. Okay? But here's the thing. Epic may be using cases like this, where they're potentially suing people over hacking in Fortnite, to deter the behavior from happening in the future. In fact, it's one of the best practices for preventing people from misbehaving, by putting down major consequences for people's actions. So, next time a person considers cheating, they'll think back to this and think, oh wait, if I cheat and hack, there might be something coming towards me more than just a ban. I could get sued for an insane amount of money, which is bad, and I don't want to be sued, so therefore I'm not going to cheat, and I'm not going to risk getting sued or banned. Another one of her points was that her son did not modify the game. Well, lady, you don't understand how cheats work. When you install a cheat and install it into a game, it's going to modify code to allow a player to really access the benefits of the cheat. So while, no, he didn't exactly create the cheat software himself, and he is using somebody else's, he's still modifying the game as he put these cheats into his game, his account, into his computer. So he's still modifying the code, he just didn't make the software that's allowing him to do it. So if Epic is saying that he did, then they're wrong, but... lady, it's still modifying the game's code. While he's probably not some expert level hacker as in what you see on like a CIA movie, or show, a cop show, where this hacker's infiltrated the entire U.S. government somehow and is gonna launch all the missiles in the U.S. to bomb themselves or something. He's not that kind of a hacker, and he's probably not the other kind either, where he's looking into terminal files and, you know, creating his own commands or whatever. But he is putting stuff that shouldn't be in the code, which is modifying a copyrighted code. Several of her other points were stupid as well, but I do believe the stupidest one on her list was the one when she said that Fortnite requires parental consent, which she did not grant. So what you're saying, ma'am, is that your son should not even be playing the game to begin with. So essentially you're admitting to bad parenting because you didn't know that your son was playing this game. That's not a good excuse at all. I mean, I'm not saying that parents should be stalking their kids and everything that they do, but parents should have a clue what their kids are doing online, what kind of games they're playing, what kind of videos they're watching and possibly creating. So, in that sense, you're admitting directly to bad parenting. Because you and your husband or I'm assuming you have a husband, have no clue what your kid is playing. And you did not grant consent to play the game to begin with, so therefore he shouldn't even be playing the game. This should not be a matter of court. This should be a matter of your own house, making sure your kid's doing what he's supposed to, and playing the games he's allowed to. So, this is something that you should be talking to your kid about. This is something that you should be sitting down as a family and talking about, rather than playing the victim here. Now, I'm not saying that Epic is fully justified either, though, even contrary to what I said earlier. Epic is also in the wrong here by exposing this kid's private information to the public, which is, as this article has stated, illegal. Meaning that now Epic is also punishable by law for exposing personal information of a minor. That is wrong, obviously. And, like I said, neither side is perfect. But I do think that Epic is mostly justified, as cheating is against their terms of service, which the kid had to agree to, and the kid, more than likely when he created his account, forged his age, making it seem like he's older than he actually is. A lot of people do so. A lot of kids do so when they're creating accounts for email or whatever else. They make it so they are older than they actually are, so they are allowed to do things, create their account, or on things like Steam, view certain pages, or games. So, this kid technically was in an agreement with Epic Games that he would follow their terms of service. And since cheating is against the terms of service, he is out of contract. I mean, now that it's been proven that he's a minor, there's nothing they can really do about it except for ban his account, which is, well, that's actually what they typically do. So, my final thoughts. Well, Epic is in the wrong for sharing this kid's information with the public. They are also justified as the kid was breaking the terms of service, and his mother is not helping either, as she is obviously clueless of the situation at hand. She obviously doesn't know what hacking is or what hacking software does, and she's obviously incompetent in knowing what her kid is doing. Like I said, you don't have to stalk your kid, but it is recommended that you make sure that you know what they're playing most of the time. If you have an idea that your kid is doing something out of line, then you punish them within your own grounds. But if you want to try to defend your kid in court, which obviously you would, any good parent would, but you've got to understand all sides of the coin. And at the same time, Epic, please don't share personal information of minors. That's illegal. So, I don't know what they're going to do to Epic for that. What I'd say is just let the kid off with a warning and let the parents take over from here for punishment. I mean, the parents should punish the kid for not obeying their frickin' rules. I mean, they said you can't play Fortnite, yet he's playing Fortnite anyway. He's playing a game without consent from the family. I mean, of course, he deserves a consequence for that. I mean, if I was younger and my family caught me playing a game I wasn't supposed to be playing, I'd be punished. I'd have stuff taken away from me. Heck, it happened before. That's a story for another time. Don't ask right now. But while both sides are in the wrong for one reason or another, I think Epic was in the right for what they said and for what they did. Thanks again, guys, for watching this video. And if you want to see another episode of the series, leave a like and leave some comments down below what you thought. Again, be sure to check in the description where you'll find the links to not only the article, but to the video I used for my intro for this. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and as always, Maxusthebeast is out.